you will stay stuck. So if you're having a hard time manifesting, it's because the way you're processing information is keeping you stuck in a state of being. And that state of being will never align with your manifestations, because that state of being is probably a state of being that focuses on problems, a state of being that always gives up on themselves. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 things that you can start doing immediately to start training your mind to process and interpret the daily events that happen in your life differently. The very first thing to understand, you guys, is that when you're manifesting, and if it's not happening right away, and you feel like you're doing everything and it's not happening for you, and actually bad stuff's happening, you immediately start thinking to yourself, you're not doing it right, what am I doing wrong, I can't do this, why does everyone manifest but me? That story, that interpretation, you're creating an emotional block. And no one talks about removing the emotional blockages that get stuck in our meridian points. That is the first thing I'm going to share with you guys that you need to start doing immediately. You don't need to add one more method as far as output goes, as far as affirmations, as far as journaling. You need to remove the blockage so your chi, so your energy can flow. Because as long as you have blockages, it's no going on a road trip and hitting a roadblock, and then you have to go all the way around, and sometimes you don't even make it to your destination and you get lost. If you have blockages in your body, which you do, if you're getting frustrated, if you're giving up on yourself, that creates an emotional block. Usually I would say it turns to anger, maybe it turns to fear that you're not going to get what you want. So there's 2 meridian point massages that you guys should start doing immediately. I promise you, within 1 session, when the pain starts to ease up in the pressure point, you're removing the block, and you will just feel the energy flow in your body. Let's play with removing the blockages first, okay, you guys? So that is step 1. The link is in the description box. Now let's move on to the second thing that you're going to do to start training your mind to get the life that you desire. And this is going to be with reframing the story that you're telling yourself when shit starts to go wrong, when stuff is not going your way. This second tip is where it gets really fun, at least for the ladies, because we get to play in our imagination. All right, you guys, so this is what I want you guys to do. Like I said in the beginning of the video, until we're able to shift our state of being, we will never attract our manifestations. How does this happen? This happens by reframing what you're telling yourself when shit goes wrong. This is what I like to do. And bear with me here, because I promise you this is the work that needs to be done to shift your state of being. You have to have a sense of humor with this. You cannot take this too seriously. The subconscious mind is very receptive when it's in a state of play. So let's say you're dating and someone ghosts you, or they fade out, it doesn't go your way. Instead of remaining in the state of being that says, this always happens to me, guys suck, I'm gonna be single forever, what you're gonna tell yourself when that guy goes ghost, that guy doesn't contact you, is that your husband in the 5D kicked him out. Your husband told that guy to stop texting you. Your husband threaten that guy, and that's why he's not texting you anymore. And that's the story you're going to tell yourself. If you get stuck in traffic and you're like, oh my God, I'm always late, why does this happen to me, and you're getting mad, understand that the version of you that has what she wants in success, let's say, guess what? That woman is very patient. That woman knows how to strategize business. That woman knows to be successful, she has to deal with a lot of different personalities, and that takes what? Patience. So that higher version of yourself that already has what you want is putting you in traffic, because she is giving you the skill sets that create a state of being that you need to be to get the life that you desire. Are you following me here? You have to start pivoting everything in your mind, pivoting the stories that you tell yourself, pivoting the way you're interpreting your daily life, pivoting the way that you're processing information, and understanding that as long as you keep processing it in a limiting way and you keep telling yourself these limiting stories, you will remain the same forever. If you don't pivot these stories, you will stay stuck. You have to become a better version of yourself to get the life that you desire. And you cannot become a better version of yourself without exercising the versions of you that will change your state of being. Do you guys understand? Patience. What else do you need to learn to get what you want? And the last tip, it's going to be in reference of what we were just talking about. It's embodying a state of being. So this is something I'm doing, and it's actually really hard because I'm in the process of manifesting something so major right now. So I do all my methods. I get up in the morning, I look at my mind movie, I do my morning rampage, I do my mirror affirmation. And mind you guys, all of this only takes about 7 to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. I continue feeding my mind the life that I desire every morning. I do midday reboots, and then I do the evening. But then you guys, you have to start documenting. You're like, how do I know it's working? How you know it's working? Because people will be put on your path that open doors. I have been documenting every time this happens, every time even a conversation comes into alignment with what I have in my rampage, what I have in my affirmations. Document it, because this is the proof that you have to celebrate. Those little moments are what start anchoring your belief. Your manifestation starts to have legs. I document it because I'm keeping track. Put it this way, on election night, I was in Palm Beach. I sit down because my feet hurt, and the person I went with was networking, so I was alone. Who does the universe put right next to me? Thousands of people, you guys, thousands. James E. Dixon, one of the biggest motivational speakers in the world. These are the open doors that start to happen that you might be like, oh my God, how cool. Oh my God, what a coincidence. No, that's because you're a powerful creator. And the more you focus on your vision with clarity and feed your mind the life that you desire from all angles. This is why I believe in multi-sensory training. My programs are multi-sensory training because the minute you're bored, the minute something feels like a task, you're disconnected from the creation process. And I talk about this in all my videos, but it's not enough to create. You also have to remove the blocks. So you have to start doing the energy work. Remove the blockages. I do it every single day. I don't care if I have had the best day, I still will remove the energy blockage of fear, remove the energy blockage of anger. So the thing that I want you guys to start doing that's actually really hard to do, I've been trying to do it and it's hard. Okay, so we talked about embodying a state of being. What I try to do now is in the morning before I sit down on my computer, I try to sit down in the state of being of the person that has already achieved X, Y, Z goals in success. If you're someone that's trying to reach body goals, when you sit down to eat, try to sit there and connect with yourself until you can embody the state of being of the woman or the man that's in that top shape. Before you take that first bite, try to embody that person. And when it comes to dating and love, this is the biggest stretch, I know. Before you send that text, before you answer that call, really try to embody the state of being of the woman that is so in love. Even if you're having an uncomfortable conversation, pretend like you are still the wife talking to the husband. You're the husband talking to the wife. It doesn't matter. You have to start feeding your mind a state of being so that you transform on a cellular level. You're telling yourself lies all day long anyway, so you might as well pivot them to good lies. When you say that you suck, when you say all men are this, when you say X, Y, Z, that's a lie too. That's your interpretation of what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. So you might as well feed yourself lies that play in your favor, okay? So I challenge you guys to stop doing all your manifestation practice for 1 week. All I want you guys to do is focus on removing the emotional blockages that are stuck in your meridian points. Treat this like a road trip. Get out there, remove the blocks so you can have a straight shot and reach your destination. All right, guys, if this video is helpful, go ahead and watch this one. This is the walkthrough of how you remove the emotional blockage of fear. There's a free audio that you can download to your phone as well. It's guided. If you don't need to use that, don't use it, but I feel like the music helps create an echo chamber in my mind. It's always very useful for me personally. All right, you guys, my name is Angela, and I will see you next Sunday.